Hi, welcome to this video on measuring actually tonight the hotness of Tabasco sauce. Now I know we've had people comment before. We did used to do a lot of, when we do much more early generations of the food sense generation for the Scoville meter, which is in front of me. We did do a lot of Tabasco sauce. We've certainly changed since then. We do have, for example, I just made a De Bomb video recently measuring the Scoville heat unit of De Bomb, and I'm very shortly going to be working on something called Psycho Juice. So I don't want you to think that we're just using Tabasco, but I have some scientific reasons, part of customer support, that I'm actually testing Tabasco sauce this evening. With that, let me just go forward with a few slides. So I've taken the McKinley's company's Tabasco sauce. I've measured out a volume of it, and I've added a volume of that to the chili buffer, and I will talk about the chili buffer and those ratios as well. So as you can probably tell from the second video, or not second video, but you can probably tell that I've got the Food Sense Generation 4 in front of me. It's in Bluetooth connection with my phone, with my Android phone. I'll start making a measurement on the hotness of that briefly. As I said, I've actually got a pipette here, so I have been able to measure out accurate volumes, and I also have a vortex in front of me, and I will mention that in a bit. So I have taken 0.1 milliliters of Tabasco sauce. Often when you see us making these kind of videos, especially I made one, as I say, the other night just on De Bomb. De Bomb is much thicker, and in fact there rather than 0.1 mils, I weighed out 0.1 grams. And I also did a much higher dilution because the bomb has a lot more capsaicin in it. And we've discussed the solubility of capsaicin in previous videos and why we do these different dilutions. That said, this Tabasco sauce is actually one of the sort of least viscous of all the kind of sauces that we end up handling. And actually you can pipette it. That said, we took 0.1 mils of the Tabasco, put it with 0.9 mils of the buffer. I definitely vortexed it. I mean, Tabasco is one of the ones that kind of doesn't really require necessarily so much vortexing because it is already so sort of fine. It's not lots of chunks. The extraction of the capsaicin is quite straightforward, but I did actually vortex it. With that said, let me just go ahead now, and I will grab one of these chili sensors. I'll actually just change here for a second, and I'll put the chili sensor into the meter. That's done that. I'll just get some of the sample. As I say, I did 0.1 milliliters of the Tabasco in 0.9 milliliters of the buffer. I did vortex it, and I got this sample, and I will just get myself 50 microliters of that, which I've now got. I will just put that onto the sensor like that. Just one thing I should have done. I'm just going to give that a file name. It's not something I've really spelt out in this particular video, but every time we do a measurement, even though I'll get the result on my phone, and my dilution here is 1 in 10, so I've got a choice of 1 in 10, 1 in 100, 1 in 1000, 1 in 10,000. This is 1 in 10. So even though I've got even though I haven't spelt it out, actually when I've done this assay, the result will immediately go to the cloud as well. So you effectively get a result on your phone, but especially for people doing kind of quality control in kind of production, or incoming quality control or outgoing quality control, and you want to kind of have that kind of traceability on it, but also because we actually get all the raw data, it really helps with the sort of defense of of the result as well. So I've got a result here of 2,784 Scoville units. If you do look up Tabasco online, you'll find that it's sort of, sometimes people say 2,000, sometimes 2,500, but it has a range between either 2,000 to 5,000 or 2,500 to 5,000 Scoville heat units. It's not super difficult for us to measure that. But that said, then what we do have, and I'm just going to change screens quickly as well. So this is the raw signal. So we do videos about what this raw signal means, but it's super useful for us because, in fact, you know, this is a kind of classic capsaicin signal. Don't forget, I only did a 1 in 10 dilution. It's very clear, this signal, and then we kind of process the data, and you know, we get the height. We get the peak height out of this, and then we can calculate back the Scoville heat unit. Now, I'm not expecting everyone who's watching this to necessarily become, let's say, an electrochemist, and in fact there it is, 2,784 Scoville heat units. But it's just to say that you can have a sort of certainty that if you're challenged, you get the result on your phone, and I realize that's a little bit bleached out, but you get the result on your phone, and the result is also saved along with the raw data to the cloud, and that really helps, let's say, troubleshoot. With that said, let me just sort of wrap up and say, if you've got any questions of ZP or you want to see other demos, like I say, it was Tabasco this evening, but that was for a particular scientific purpose. I'm just supporting a client. I did make a video on DeBomb, and that just went up 24 hours before this one. And as soon as I've got a little bit of a moment, I'll also test this Psycho sauce, as a Psycho juice rather, as well. So if you've got any questions of ZP and the Food Sense Generation 4, which is here, some people can refer to it, the Scoville meter, essentially don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thanks very much.